Hi Mike, good session with the driver. Just going to go through a couple of things we discussed in the lesson. Firstly, we don't want the ball position to be too far back in your stance, as it would be with, say, an iron or a rescue. We want the ball to be a little bit more towards that left heel. That's going to help us now hit the ball slightly on the way up and get a better angle into the golf ball. Also, ideally want a slightly wider stance. If the feet get a little bit too narrow, it's going to make it very difficult now for you to sort of transfer your weight and create the power you're looking for. Finally, now once you set it with a wider stance and the ball forward, just want to get a slight spine angle tilt there, just again to encourage that slightly shallower angle of attack into the golf ball. So the club's going to be coming in more on a flatter angle, hitting slightly up on the golf ball, as opposed to what you'd have with a 7-iron or an iron striking down on the golf ball. Once you made those changes now, all we simply do is make the same swing that you would do with other clubs, but by the setup changes that you've made, that's going to give us different impact conditions ideally suited for the driver. So if we look at the swing now on the right, again, good shoulder turn, taking the club back nicely, setting the club behind the body. Now we can just unwind and release the body and the club fully into the golf ball. Lovely strike as we can see, and right the way through to a full follow through. And what you'll notice, because of the shallower angle of attack, if we look at the impact conditions, especially the T-peg, you're just brushing the golf ball off the top there. The T-peg is shaking back and forth. If we look at this now when the ball was a bit too far back and you were striking down on the golf ball, you can see the T now has been completely obliterated just because you're coming down a little bit too steep. And also, as we said, because you're coming down on a slightly steeper angle, you're catching the golf ball now on the top of the golf club, which does send the ball up very, very high up into the air. So we can just make those changes with the setup, slightly wider stance, ball further forward, and just tilt that spine to that right side. We can make the same normal swing there now, and because of the changes, we'll get a different impact condition, more ideally suited for the driver. So hope that helps. Any questions, obviously give me a shout, and I'll see you soon.